All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Junkies. Today we're going to do a box opening straight from CGC and Kirby's Comic Art. Let's go. So back at Comic-Con, we got a bunch of books signed. We sent them off with the facilitator, and they just got back to us. CGC's actually been a lot faster than that lately. Unfortunately, what happened was one of the artists who was in the group signing some of these books fell ill before they could finish a sketch cover. And so the company waited till they had the whole order together to send it in. First and foremost, I think I want to talk about Kirby's Comic Art team here with you guys. I found them as a group when we were at Comic-Con. It's a group of artists and some facilitators who show up at the show, and they're all affiliated, and you can get all your stuff signed in one place, and it all gets submitted all together, and it makes things super simple and easy. First and foremost, the owner, her name's Annabelle Kirby, the owner and founder, you can see here, and then Ricky Beans is a facilitator, witness, team member. The artists, there's a ton, there's a whole list. I'm gonna struggle bust through all of these names for you guys. Feel free to laugh about it in the comments. We've got Seth Adams, Nicoletta Baldari, Gigi Cavanago, Ivan Coelho, Andrea Cucci, Sergio Davila, Paco Diaz, Simone DeMeo, Dolly, Ricardo Drummond, Javier Fernandez, Ingrid Gala, Valerio Giangiordano, Gianluca Gugliotta, Fred Ian, Mattia Di Eulis, Michael Ivan, Emilio Laso, John Lamb, thanks for making yours easy there, John Lamb, Ricardo Latina, Stephanie Laveau, David Mack, Alex Malieve, Guillaume March, Enrico Marini, Guillaume Martinez, Helena Marcellus, Jesus Marino, Francesco Mobili, Tumo More, Tony Moy, David Nakayama, Belen Ortega, Zu, Monica Palos, Gerald Perel, Casey Parsons, Paul Renault, Vincenzo Riccardi, DK Ruan, Dake Ruan, Gerardo Sandoval, Rafa Sandoval, Francesco Sagala, Chris Sheehan, Stephanie Simeon, Jordi Tarragona, Clara Tessier, Francisco Tomaselli, Marco Turini, Pepe Valencia, Olivier Vatine, and Kent Williams. They represent all of these artists, and so you'll see them at shows. They typically, when I saw them, they were seated together as a group, and they have their same Kirby's Comic Art banner behind them all. And that's the way I've seen pictures of them at other shows, in case you run into them. I'm assuming they use pretty much the same setup throughout. Only 10 or so of these artists were at Denver Fan Expo. I purchased 7 signatures from them, and some remarks and some sketches, and we're going to take a look at them all here. Like I said, due to Zoo finishing a remark after she caught ill, the books got majorly delayed. I wouldn't expect this length of turnaround from them typically. They were waiting to get all the books together to submit them, and then the show was in July, and then a couple other cons hit, New York Comic Con and a few others in between, and it was crazy busy con season. In between, by the time they got back, they sent them in as soon as they could. What I will say is they did the best to get us our books as soon as they could, and they were very communicative the whole time. Chris and I have emailed them multiple times. They were very responsive, kept us up to date, answered our questions. I was never worried about it. Sometimes I was frustrated, sure, but I wasn't worried something happened to my books. So just putting that out there. The first one I have here is a Wonder Woman Black and Gold, issue number 2. This is the David Mack variant. If you've not seen this cover, it's a wonderful etched art. All of this etched part is gold. You're going to see the pictures here on the screen, so you can see it up close. Up here, he did this great signature. I've actually seen another book like this on eBay, and the signature is right through the foil and like the black of her hair. I do not like that signature placement, so I'm so happy that he put it over here where it's nice and visible. Next up, we've got a twofer here. This is Future State Gotham number 4, covers A and B, I believe. Yeah, A and B. These are both by Simone DeMeo. I've really loved his art ever since the first time I saw it. I'm going to put these down so I can kind of point some stuff out here with them. But when you look at this Harley one, he did a great sketch of Harley up here in the cover. I love the goggles, I love the hair that's half and half. fits perfectly with the redesign of the character for these future state books. Amazing. Here we've got the Punchline one. This is the variant cover. And I got a remark of Punchline up here in the top left corner. Again, did it with a nice black and silver. Great clean remark. Very crisp lines on these remarks. I really love them. They're not just kind of thrown on there. They really took some time and gave me a nice product. I really appreciate it. Next we have Infinity Gauntlet, the sketch cover version. So this was an Infinity Gauntlet. This is Marvel Secret Wars. It was the Infinity Gauntlet sketch cover variant. I had Simone DeMeo do a sketch of Thanos right here on this cover. A nice 9.6, beautiful, beautiful art on this cover. I love the shadowing behind him and just the aesthetic of the overall picture. Again, such clean lines. I just love his art. That's why I bought multiple sketches and remarks from him. I actually bought this one the first day, I think, and went back the second day and bought all those remarks that we just looked at. All right, so next we've got an Elektra 100 Marvel Comics variant edition. This is the Dake Ruan cover. This is a remark down here in this bottom right corner. Great profile sketch of Elektra up there. This book, when they took it out of the bag at some point, the tape caught on the cover and it got a tape tear right up here. That's why it's a 9.0. Ruan tried to do me a solid and put his signature right across the top of it, and I think hoped maybe the graders wouldn't see it, but they did. I mean, good on them for catching it, but I appreciate them trying to help me out there and see if we could sneak that by them. But overall, great remark. I love this cover. Actually, when I discovered he was going to be there, I went back to look for a lot of his art and realized I had bought this cover just because I had bought every cover to Elektra 100. So glad I had it on hand. Again, I went back the second day and I bought this remark from him, and it's amazing. All right, next, another sketch cover. This is X-Men Giant Size #1. I had Rowan do a full sketch of Jubilee. I couldn't figure out who to pick leading up to the day of when I took this book back in for him to do a sketch cover. I knew I wanted one of the X-Men. I wasn't sure, and then I was trying to decide, did I want X-23? Did I want Jubilee? Did I want Jean Grey? Jean Grey, it's hard to tell who she is on the cover unless you do that stupid headdress on her, and I don't like that outfit. I have a lot of X-23 stuff, and I feel like she's the cliche character that a lot of people get. But Jubilee is actually probably my favorite. Been with the team for so long, doesn't get the recognition she deserves. Had great storylines with Wolverine, and so it was one of my favorites. And so that's what I asked him to do, and we talked about it. I said, yeah, if you nail the sunglasses and the bubble gum, it's unmistakable for who it is, and it doesn't take the stupid headdress like Jean does. So did a great job on it. I love it. Again, if you guys could see these in person, you would just see how amazingly crisp all these lines are. These were supposed to be sketch covers, and they look fantastic, man. Last but not least, we have a House of Slaughter #1. This was a sketch edition. This was done by Chris Sheehan. This was one of the ones I picked on the first day. I knew Chris was going to be there, and I had these House of Slaughter variants, and I asked him to do Erica Slaughter on it, and it looks so good, guys. I can't express to you how much the aesthetic matches the interior of this book. Yes, I know the story was all about a different character and not Erica. I don't care. I had him sketch Erica on the cover because she's the most popular character in the series. But his aesthetic and the way he drew her on here is amazing. It looks so good. I actually am upset I didn't have him do other characters. I have other copies of this book. So if I ever get an opportunity, I probably am going to have him do Aaron and a couple of the other characters from the series. Really love it. Did a great job. Overall, very satisfied. We'll definitely be doing business again at some point with Kirby's Comic Art. They have a great Facebook group that you can join. They do frequent drops there of original art, sketch covers, sketch cards, just various types of original art from all these great artists if you're looking for it, guys. I saw some Batman or Spider-Man cover art just show up on there earlier this week, like from books that aren't even out yet. And they have these covers for sale, the original art that you can purchase. Check their website for original art from all their artists that they regularly have on sale, and be on the lookout for them at local conventions. They're people who love the culture. They connect you with the artists who make these great products and get it directly in your hands. Remember, if you like this content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time.